So this is the first video I've done for the month. It is like the 21st, 23rd, I don't even remember what day it is. It's a Wednesday, that's all I can tell you. Don't know if I'll try and split it all now, but I'm walking home. If not, I'll try and explain it in the next clip. But I just had literally one of the most aggressive customer I've ever had well, I can't remember if I ever said where I work, but I work in sex. And now you may be thinking, what? Or ha 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 ha, he works in sex. It's a capital C, little e, and a big X. So sex or CEX. It's a pun, it's a joke. It stands for Complete Entertainment Exchange. Anyway, so basically second-hand store, electronics, everything, right? And give me a second. Beep beep, beep beep to you, sir. And am I recording? I'm recording, cool. So yeah, that happened. So it happened basically on display. Like the guy who I was gonna help, absolutely fine, perfect, nicest, really nice. But the person he was with, oh my god. So basically he wanted a Nintendo Wii remote, and it was on the bottom shelf on display behind glass cabinets on a cradle saying £12. Okay, and then there was next to it two on one cradle, £12. But the label says Nintendo Wii Remote white, not remotes or pair or times two, just one. But then he started to argue, saying how that is wrong. Is it 2 or 1 for 12? And I can't quote word for word because I can't. My memory's terrible. And don't get me wrong, he's right. It shouldn't have been like that at all. And I did say to him he was right, and I apologized. And he goes, "You're gonna move it. If I go back 5 minutes, it's gonna be moved and correct it." I'm like, well, yeah, of course it would. If you made a complaint, I'm gonna correct. But after my second sentence of trying to talk to him, trying to understand him, he gets really aggressive. Like, he starts raising his voice, and I was like, okay, calm down. And he goes, "Don't you start raising your voice to me." I'm like, but you're raising your voice to me, okay? And I try to explain, and he just used the weirdest example, because apparently he worked in retail. So he said, so if I go down to Tesco's and bought 2 chickens, what? And the weird thing is, it stopped there. He didn't continue that sentence. He just stopped it after I went to Tesco and bought 2 chickens. It's like, okay. I said to him, if you went to Tesco and bought 2 chickens, he went, yeah. I was like, what? Bear in mind, he was drunk. Or at least he had been, well, not maybe drunk, but he had definitely been drinking, and he must have been like a really aggressive drunk. And oh my god, like, what even the hell? Like, basically what he's trying to say is that if he went down Tesco and bought 2 chickens, I think he's trying to say that they'd all be individually priced. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, his example was wrong, because obviously if you go down to Tesco, it has one price label, and everything in that line of price label doesn't have an individual price. It's just that one on the shelf. So, what? It didn't make any sense. And he gets started regressing, and I said, if you don't calm down, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, okay? And he just blew up, and it's just like, what? So at one point, I understand. If you, he said something, I can't remember what he said, and basically he threatened to throw me through the glass, through the window, and I was like, if you do that, the police will get involved. And he was like, okay. I was like, okay, so you've now threatened me, and you're being rude, and you're really mad. Please leave my store, or I'm calling the police. He goes, do it. Why do they always do that? Why do they always try and call your bluff to call the police? Because it's not really a bluff. If they're causing a scene, I would call the police. I would. I just say, what? It just doesn't make any sense. So I was like, I didn't call the police because I didn't get a chance to, and then it ended up having my support manager down, who's helping us go over and diffuse the situation, because she likes diffusing situations, literally. So he threatened me to do that, and he's like, so he stepped up to me really closely and said, and like I put my hands on my hips because having them crossed is a sign of aggression. And so he turns around and goes. So I don't know who that was. Cool. So he turns around and goes, put your hands on your hips, it's a sign of aggression. I was like, no, it's not. He goes, yes, it is. Oh, for goodness. And then goes, he stepped towards me and then said, well, yeah, you're getting loud, aggressive. You're getting right up in my face. I'm like, what? You just walked into my face. So how does that? What? Bear in mind, our store has like freaking so much CCTV cameras. It's unbelievable. So that makes sense. And then because he said that, I talk with my hands a bit as well. Like in case you see this brown move around, I do talk with my hands a little bit. So I went to start with my hands, and obviously he's all over the place with his arms because he's erratic, and they literally just I don't even know how, basically brushed against each other, and he goes, oh it's like, now you're hitting me, or now you're touching me, and then he shouts in the store, I've been assaulted. As soon as that happened, that's when the bus came over, and I was like, are you serious right now? That's what? Oh, and then so that was the end of my bit, and oh my god, he really pissed me off. He really did. But then after that, this is going to be a completely unedited clip, by the way, because I need to make up time because I haven't got any other clips at the moment. But so that happened, and then my support manager takes over, and I just hear bits and bobs, and like he was asking for. She was saying that the only way to make it a complaint is to go via customer services, which is correct. But he was not happy with that. He wanted her area not my area manager, her area manager's details. And she said she can't give them out, which is kind of true. It's actually, no, it is true. And so he was, it's like, that's a lie. So he's like, what you're telling me is all complaints have to go through the website. She said, yes. And calling her a liar again. So I can't remember how it actually got diffused, but it did. He left the store, probably still as pissed as he was coming in. But yeah, that is the biggest highlight of my day. What you gonna do? But oh my god, I need to let out so much stress. So I'm probably gonna go and play a massive violent video game. Yeah, probably go and switch on my Xbox and nothing. And kill some Titans on the Attack of Titans game. Just some people are just absolute dicks.